Yo, what is going on, Yeet and Nation? We're back with some Madden 23 action, and today we're going over the second part of our pistol open flex scheme. Of course, if you missed the first one, no biggie. Link is going to be in the description. We went over red zone money play and of course RPO read flat wheel. No biggie if you missed it. Check it out real fast, and then of course you want to check this video out. Now we're going to be talking about how to get into the red zone, more importantly in X seam, the triangle play, of course Y if you're on Xbox. And if you guys look in the bottom corner of that play, 125 calls per pop with an average of 11 yards per pop. So I'm almost guaranteeing myself a first down whenever I call this play. That is how you know how it is efficient and effective. And of course, while I'm going over the reads and showcasing them in practice mode, I'm gonna have little snippets of head-to-head games, of course, to showcase that it is effective in head-to-head Ultimate Team, and it is not just a practice mode type of play, because you have to be careful for that. A lot of people put out tips and then you think it's glorious and amazing in practice mode, but when you take it into head-to-head, it just doesn't work out effectively. So of course, X seam, we're gonna break it down. On the defensive side of the ball, it doesn't really matter what they call. We have an answer for everything. We're just going to go into nickel, and then honestly, I'll just hit random. I'm saying this, I'm looking kind of shredded right now that the shenanigans are over. So as you guys can see from the play, we got a unique play art ran by Crowder, the circle receiver. He goes diagonally and then up the field in the seam, and he's going to be read number one because he is able to fit in the pocket of the zones, and a good precision pass means an easy 15-20 yards per pop every single time. So he's going to be read number one. And then read number two is actually going to be Devin Singletary, the running back. And we're going to put him, instead of the check and release, we're going to switch him and put him on an out. And we do that because both Crowder and Singletary are happening on the left side of the field. It is easy for our eyes to make the read progressions of 1 and 2. It goes high and low. Crowder, Singletary. It makes it easy on the eyes instead of going left side of the field, right side of the field, and then for read number 3, back to the left side of the field. So we're going to keep it simple, stupid, and that is how we're going to separate the reads number 1 and 2. Now, read number 3 is going to be Stephon Diggs, the R1 receiver. I highly recommend having your best route runner on that crossing route because, of course, you need to be able to effectively beat man and efficiently beat zone in between the zones. He's going to be read number 3, and notice because the crossing route is going to the left side of the field, by the time you get to read number 3, again, you are going to be looking at the left side of the field. Easy on the eyes, easy to make reads, easy to make the progressions, and of course, easy to read the zones. So read number 4 on this play is going to be Gabriel Davis, the circle receiver on the backside in. Usually he's going to be the user distraction because the user is going to be playing in the middle of the field, and because I can't simulate the user with one controller, it means that we're just going to assume he's either following Diggs on the crossing route or he's playing Gabriel Davis on the backside in. And of course, those two routes are going to be manipulating the user on those plays, which is what we like, meaning that we can kind of hit the left side of the field in Crowder and Singletary and not necessarily have to worry about a user. And then of course, if the user goes for Diggs, we'll go to Davis. If he goes to Davis, we'll go to Diggs. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't for the user in this situation. Now, also we have Knox, the tight end X on an out route. It doesn't necessarily matter what you put him on. I'll leave him on that, or I might block him if I feel like I need the protection. When you already have 4 reads and 4 effective reads, adding a 5th one is kind of overkill at this point. You can kind of leave him on the out and kind of hope that you kind of toss it to him once or twice and then add another wrinkle for your opponent to think about. But realistically, 4 reads on this play is enough. Pressure in this game is pretty good, so chances are you'll probably never really get to the 5th read regardless. So at that point, you have flexibility on what to do with Knox. I'm just going to recommend either leave him on that out or block. All right, so we're just going to call, hike, and see what we're looking at. We can see zone, cover 3, and in between, we're going to give it a nice inside precision pass over the middle linebacker, an easy 20-yard completion for Crowder. Even if that was a cornerback, that usually will always get over the top. And then just one more time right there. Easy pitch and catch. First read, first 15 yards. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So we see zone right then and there. We are able to fit the pocket, pick up a nice 15 easy yards. Once again, we see a cover 2, able to just give it an inside precision patch. I threw that a little bit late, but it's easy still. It's like that. You can't really complain about that. And then of course, read number 2. If they're not respecting it, you got to hit it, which is the check down of Michael Singletary, or Devin Singletary, I should say. Nothing too much to go over here. It's just a check down, turn it upfield, try to make him a miss. You're not throwing it to Singletary for a home run. You're looking to check down, force the zones underneath, force your opponent to respect the underneath, pick up 5-6 yards a pop, and then of course once they bring down the zones, we hit him over the top with Stephon Diggs on the crosser. Just like that, boom, you're able to easily pick that up. One more time to Devin Singletary. You know, of course, you're not expecting a phenomenal amount of yards when you call this play. You're looking for 5 yards a pop. Nothing crazy. Okay, now we haven't seen too much man. No, never mind. We just got it. And of course, you know, we want our best receiver there. He's going to be the man beater. Diggs does that very well. We see man defense right here, and even with a weaker wide receiver in Tyler Lockett, he's able to torch man defense in what probably should have been a touchdown. Let's see if we're able to get man a couple more times. So it looks like a cover 2 there. Oh, Stephon Diggs is absolutely wide open. You know, that one is a chunk play right there. They actually did hard flats on cover 2. And you saw Devin Singletary actually probably would have been a pick if I was to throw it to him. But of course, we read that because it all happens on the left side of the field. We were easily able to pick out Diggs. Another example of the crossing route right there. The zone is sitting in no man's land. We make a man miss and we're able to take it for an easy score. Some man defense once again. Gabriel Davis over the middle. Now, of course, we're going to assume the user is going to be there, but then again, we're looking to the crosser and that instinct if the user is. We caught the user on the D-line right here while he was man blitzing, so we just threw it to the backside end. Potentially covered 2, and then of course, we're just going to let him clear and throw an inside position pass. You typically would expect to catch that in most scenarios. It didn't work for us that time. But man defense, very simple. Pitch and catch. Okay, so actually you could read man blitz in this scenario. Of course, I'll be having ebooks later on if you're interested in having that, where I teach people how to read defenses. In this case, I already know it's going to be a man blitz, so I'm actually going to block Dawson Knox on this play just to give myself a half second more time to throw it to either the crosser or the backside in. So just like that, boom, able to throw it. And you know, if I turn it upfield actually holding the sprint button, that's probably a touchdown, but of course, you know, it realistically does not matter in this situation. And of course, you know, the out route by Knox, it's there. It's a 5th read, something to throw in as a wrinkle. I'm only going to recommend it if you feel comfortable with this play. Once you get comfortable with the 4 progressions, 4 reads on this play, then I'm going to recommend start mixing in Knox. For the later plays in the series, yes, we're going to be heavily using Knox in the tight end because because of his alignment, we actually still get running back hot routes with a tight end on the field, so we can put him on like a wheel route or sorts, and we're going to be a lot in later videos, but right now you don't need to stress yourself out with a bunch of reads trying to figure everything out. So we know this is a man blitz, so we're going to block Knox. And then Devin Singletary did a phenomenal thing where he just busted to the outside even though I had him on an out. Looking potentially at some man defense right here, and then he absolutely cooked that corner for a nice game. So as you guys can see, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's not that hard to run. It's really not that hard, and it's effective. Like, look at that. Like, that is an effective way to beat man defense. And of course, more parts to this series is going to be coming out. And if you enjoyed this unique scheme that I am building and creating, feel free to subscribe. I appreciate it. Like the video. And of course, if there's something else you would like me to break down, or other questions you would have, or extra other questions that you have that you would like me to break down or answer, of course, just leave it in the comments. I'm more than happy to break stuff down for everybody. Look at that cover 2 in between the zones. I threw that a little bit late, but you get the gist. But other than that, hey, good luck, everybody.